Protect the kingdom. You shall not pass. Fight for glory. Defend what is right. The white knight. Forever legends will be told of a man who stands alone. Symbol of honor, burning bright, glowing armor in the night. Hear the cry of the angels, the holy war. Those who try will fight and die. Protect the kingdom. You shall not pass. Fight for glory. Defend what is right. The white knight. Protect the kingdom! You shall not pass! Fight for glory! Defend what is right!
Cubable.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, everyone. What's going
Hola,
on?
hola.
Welcome back,
Oh.
everyone, to the wonderful... Hey, it's Durf in chat, too. Hey, Durf. The wonderful...
Dad.
Yeah. Welcome to the weekly Milestone stream. Yeah, welcome to the new year, everyone. How was everyone's weekend? Everybody okay?
It was fantastic. I got called off of work yesterday, hoping to get called off today.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Obviously, you know what I've been doing, since I've been home bashing and bashing some more. And did I mention bashing? Because that's life. D gets it. Durf over there, he gets it.
Have you tried bashing more?
I have, and I don't like it. I'm getting a little burnt out trying to do the bashing more, so gotta temper it.
Well, I'm going to try to host this stream while sort of manually bashing the volcano, so this ought to be fun.
I'm gonna watch just so I can see if you die, and it's gonna be
Nah, I'm not
fantastic.
gonna
It's
die.
gonna be like the last time where you almost died repeatedly during the stream. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
except I won't die, so it'll be fine.
Oh, you say that now. He's jinxing himself, isn't he?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm all hopped up on chocolates. I've got like 8,300 health. I'm not gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Unless Yetiv, stream snipes me again for the 8th time.
Do it. Someone go snipe him right now. Just do it.
Don't do it. We have things to get into.
And death, apparently. Okay.
And death.
No,
Yes.
I'm not going to
Death is
die.
always fun.
I'm not going to the Under King's halls yet. All right.
Yes. Okay. Carry on. Let's do what we're supposed to do and watch you die.
Oh no. Oh, I might die here actually. Nope. I'm good. Never mind. I did not
So
realize I
close.
was in a room with 2 of the aggro ones. Or the ones that assist each other rather. That's okay. It'll be all right. I just got to kite them out and everything. But anyway, let's get into the topics. What do you guys want to start with today? Since you might be on a bit of a timer. Trying.
Let me take a look at what the topics were.
We could talk about
Actually,
the leadership stuff. We can talk about war stuff. I mean, it's up to you.
We can just go down the list. That's fine.
Okay. Have you? The first topic was the gift bag promo and its improvements. Have you bought any gift bags yet? Either of you?
Yes. Yeah, I bought
Yes.
the 100 credits.
Yeah,
Cool, cool.
always start with that 100 credits. I actually need to go do it on my other character, but yeah, absolutely. Always got to do those first 14.
Well, I might die here.
I actually
Nope.
decided to be nice and made, because I don't really like the gift bags that badly. I made them, 2 of them into monochromes and got the full group of 10 so we can make the most out of them.
Yeah, I remember I got to be there for 2 of your monochromes. That was cool.
Oh, that was right. Yeah, you were there.
It was very cool.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I haven't found them to be that great, but I've never been a big gift bag person when it comes to that promo. Um, so I even went ahead and bought the ones from the Milestone merchandise and try to make them into yellow because I figured, hey, I could get more elemental globes. I could do more bashing, and I didn't get a single one from my yellows, so I was disappointed.
Damn.
I feel like that this promo is good if you're like planning on buying credits, like to use
Yes.
for artifacts or transing skills or whatever. But
Yeah.
to get like, and it's like a good added little thing. But
Yeah.
like the promo itself, like the gift bags, they're really kind of underwhelming. You know,
Yeah. And
so
I know a lot of people do it because they see some of the really rare relic really rare relic pieces are going to be in there, so of course they're going to try to get them. But I'm like, is it worth it when I can just wait for those to potentially come out in chests or one of the other promotions that I like a little bit more that I'm specifically buying for those items because I don't really need credits. So I definitely, yeah, I feel like it's lackluster and I could just wait for another promo. But I am always going to contribute a chance at getting something by getting the first 14.
Yeah, it was. Well,
yeah.
it obviously it depends on each person, like in each person's current level of investment.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've invested a lot more than the average player. Not saying that's bad or anything like that. Just that is what it is. And then,
It's just a fact, unfortunately, and unfortunately at the same time. Yes, this is established.
but what I was gonna say is, I still, I still have been trying to sort of get a golden translocator, so I can have a button to push to just get away from fights, like
Oh, I
everyone
didn't
else.
realize you didn't have yours yet.
Yeah, but then,
What?
well, the, I don't remember which promo it was in the last couple months, but like people were starting to get them again or whatever, like the
That
pieces.
was a couple of promos back. Yeah, Val and several others managed to finally get theirs from that.
But hold on. Hopefully I don't die here. I might die here. Nope,
Oh, you
I'm good.
already get away from fights?
I mean, sort of, but not as efficiently as if I don't have a channel, like a 4-second channel, like I do currently. So when I can just hit a
Oh,
button
Oh,
and
you don't have wings
I
then.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't have wings. I've never had wings. I've
Oh.
never had wings on any game, actually.
I always, and I'm lame. Every time I make a character, even if it's a newer character, I end up now getting death gates just because I'm so used to having it that I can't function without it. So I haven't gone without it for so many characters now. I don't know how to survive without it.
Yeah.
Well, essentially what I was going to say is that I managed to, from somebody in the Templars actually, to get them to sell me a golden translocator piece months ago for like
Nice.
25 credits or something like that.
Whoa, that
Something really
is
low.
cheap.
Well,
That is cheap.
that was their offer. I was like, okay, sure. I honestly didn't know how much they were worth. I mean, I know that thing is really good and everybody wants it, but I didn't know they were like hundreds of credits like they are.
Well, they used to be back when I got mine. It was definitely much more expensive. Because they were much rarer at that point. So I think I was paying upwards to 300 to 400 credits. But now they're
Yikes.
worth probably somewhere between 100 and 300, somewhere in that range, because they are definitely a little bit easier to come by.
So since I've had that one piece for a couple months now, I decided when I saw the gift bags and I had a little bit of money from working constantly during the holidays, I was like, I decided to buy 400 credits, which gave me 26 bags. And then
Nice.
I combined them into 5 gold bags, and then I opened the 5 gold bags and I got 2 more golden translocator pieces from 5 gold
Sweet.
bags. And then,
Oh, and then I sent you the medal.
yes, you were just
Yes.
waiting for that, weren't you?
I was. I had. I think that might have actually been my last morphic medal I had by the
Oh,
looks of it
well,
too,
thank you.
which is fine. I had been sitting on those for a while.
But yeah, I managed to finish a golden translocator, and I feel like that was much
Yay.
less of a wait than the average person has to go through to get those. So that was really cool.
No, honestly, when the promos are going on, people have been pretty able to get them. It was when it was in between and they were just a little bit rarer roll that we were definitely seeing a lot more issues. That's why they're so much cheaper to get now. Like the 100 to 200 credit range is definitely easier for people to swallow pain and managing to get. There's
Right.
actually a few, just for anyone looking. There's a few on the auction house right now, by the looks of it.
Well, there you go. But yeah, I've also been, like they said in chat too, you know, Takana's a big reason to get the translocator. That is also true. I have been bashing into Takana myself recently, so it helps with that too. Even though I had the fast ferry power, so it wasn't so bad waiting on the ferry, but it's nice to have the translocator, so I can just hit a button.
Yeah, it's better than, I mean, obviously you don't have to really worry about silence vibe or anything anymore, but it's better to use translocator because you don't have to say anything. You just use translocator.
Exactly. But I am finding that it has some flaws. It's not a complete replacement for my city portal's power, my gauntlet, because there's times when I'm like, I want to go to Durin, and I hit the translocator, and I try to path track there, and it like tries to take me to one of the islands and go through a ferry. So
Yeah, and honestly, it's not even really that great for just general travel, not like you getting wings or getting
right,
DKs, because um, more people tend to be, now that there's a lot of them out there, they tend to use that as kind of a ganking spot because it's technically off plane and you can't see
right.
that people are there before you go. So it
Oh,
does definitely have some detriments to it. It's better to still have the DKs or have the wings so that you can kind of look and see if anyone's there, and if they they happen to be there, there's more exits to ice wall and block, so you have a better chance of being able to get away.
Oh my God! Look at Rear and Pro PKer in here. Right.
I just remember from the war where we were going and ganking people a lot at and so were they. They were ganking a lot at the that room. People were actually giving them like using Citizen and other classes to force them. We're giving them their translocator, making them use it to go there and then killing them in that spot.
Good grief. Well, I certainly hope that doesn't happen to me. Now that I'm mentioning it over and over with everybody in chat.
It's bound to happen at some point. This is why you don't hide in open rooms out in the open. You go
Okay.
inside a building that people can't get into, and then you haven. Then no one can do things to you. You just got to be smart when you go AFK. That's all.
Yeah, I kind of do that already. I do not
Well,
AFK
there you
in the
go.
open
There you
intentionally.
go. You
I
were good.
I go to my house that's in a city because then you can't prism in, and then I sit on a
Yep.
monolith, and then I go into my haven, which is hidden.
I actually could have been ganked briefly during the war because I didn't realize that when I got my house made, it was not put into the neighborhoods. It was actually part of Duran. And then I surveyed one day and I'm like, oh shit, I need to get that fixed before someone ganks me. Let's get that done. So it got
right.
turned around very
That's why
quickly.
Merrick
But
kept getting killed because his house in Norian was
yeah,
not set within the neighborhoods. But I
Oh,
guess
okay.
exactly.
I told him to
I didn't know
issue
that.
himself and get it moved in. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to make sure also that first room, regardless, you got to make sure you have that stone so that if they burrow below, they can't burrow back up and get into there and murder you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying killing these things in the volcano. This is not very difficult so
Well,
far.
that's frustrating me. I want to see you die. That's
Well,
like half the
all
purpose of me watching your screen is you've got to die. That's a gimme.
all I have to do once I kill these elementals is go northeast to the big one, and then I'll probably die. So,
Okay. Well, I'm just going to wait for it.
well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sacrifice these corpses now, and then I'm going to leave.
Well,
Okay. Fine. Ruin everyone's entertainment.
seriously, this is what we tune in for.
Exactly. We were waiting for you to die.
All right,
Anyway,
so let's talk. I'm focused now. I'm sorry.
it's
I
fine.
didn't die. We're all
So we
amused.
talked about the gift bag. I did see someone said in chat that the gift bag promo is better. I will say that they do all of the promos so far that have been going on since the change have felt a lot more code balanced. So you are getting better odds and everything. So It does seem better though. I definitely had really bad RNG on my gift bags.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the gift bags, even other than the thing, the translocator pieces. The other things I got were great too. I've been collecting all compendium pages because I just started doing compendium pages. Like for the longest time, I just even didn't even bother with them. I just sold them. So now that I'm actually trying to bash, I'm just gonna use all the pages I get. So
You're
it's
just
been
gonna
good for
lay in a
that.
pile of pages. That's your plan there.
Well, I mean, they're all useful. It's good to bash all the
Mm,
areas and not just one or two of them. So.
this is true. This is very true.
But yeah, so we love gift bag promo. It's another success, I think. I can't think of one promo so far that they've done since tennis came along that has been bad. So this is another good one. I like it, but I can understand how it's kind of meh for some people.
Yeah, it's really good. Like Sri said, if you want credits, and you're getting yourself basically an extra little bonus, it's great.
Yeah,
But for the people that don't need any credits, just as like,
Right.
okay,
It's
yeah,
like there's better promos out there where if you're
yeah.
trying to like specifically like get like prizes and stuff like that, like the Valentine's Day one is really good.
Oh, can't wait for
Um,
Valentine's Day.
I want to
yep,
say I could have sworn there was like another one.
Well,
But
stockings were
even
really good
thinking,
to me.
yeah,
So
stockings are good too.
yep.
yeah.
They weren't super great to me, but
Oh
like I
man,
want to say
they're
that
not great.
God, what? I know I did a promo last year. Maybe it was the cryptic chests. I must have
Yeah,
spent like
chests.
a couple $100 on getting chests, and because I was trying to get a forging hammer, and I
Hmm.
got like nothing near the amount of money that I spent on those chests. So
Right.
Yeah, chests are one they admit are pretty broken still, and they're not planning to change for now. I imagine we won't see them working properly until they actually do that promo again.
mhm.
Because you can still buy them from the Iron Coin. I really can't talk, and it's not the alcohol. The Coin
Nice.
cart. And I did that because I was trying to forgot there were boxes of chocolate, so I was trying to use the chest to get chocolates, and I just was not getting any sort of decent rate of return. It wasn't even the amount of iron coins; it wasn't even remotely the same, like equal. So
I
they said, yeah,
mean,
we're not going to fix it.
Valerie probably like she'll disagree with this, but I swear by those little gift bags that Kedwin sells, like the bronze ones. Okay, so you go and I think they're like 1,500 gold when you go buy them, and like I usually buy them in like stacks of 10, and
Hmm.
sometimes like out of those 10, I'll get like 4 chocolates out of those. So
Nice.
it's definitely worth. I don't know. It's worth it to me. So
Yeah.
I've not tried them yet, just because I don't tend to have enough gold sync gold to just dive into that. Um, but I just tend to just get the boxes of chocolate, which I've been having pretty decent luck with.
Yep. I will probably need to get the boxes of chocolate soon myself if I'm going to continue to bash. So.
Yeah, yeah, you are. If you take it seriously, at least. I mean, if
Right.
you're just doing it casually, you really don't have to do it. Just obviously decreases the amount of time it's going to take to get to where you want
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
But it's not been too bad so far. I just pretty tactical of when I bash and making sure that I have all the buffs I can get and stuff. So one impetus for me to really get on it was the fact that like I got my 1 year membership, which means I have the plus 25%. So I was like, well, now that I finally have that, I don't want to waste it. So but
Yeah.
but that's where I'm at. But yeah, we can move on. The promo is great. Everybody, I mean, I think most people love it. So
Yeah.
we can talk about the next one, which I'm sure a lot of people will be into. Is I just kind of typed it in on the ideas because like I wonder how it's gonna go now that we're about to be into the first week of the new year after all the holidays. But are we back on the verge of going back to war in Anatolia? I wonder, and what would
I
that look
mean,
like?
based on what?
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm wondering is like who I know there's a bunch of people that have been doing stuff with not even a bunch of people, it's like two people doing a bunch of stuff to just try to stir up drama
mhm,
with shrine defilings and obviously the ganking of the one new player over in the vortex. There's been a few instances of that, but I haven't really seen anything to me that screams, okay, we're going to start another war.
Well, the thing is, I actually kind of mentioned this. I think it was New Year's Eve on a web we were in spirit, and I don't think either of you were there. Or you might have been rearing, but
I probably wasn't paying attention though.
well, I mean that's typical. I mean you
It
probably
really
just
is.
don't pay attention to me, so that's fine. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I was like, I'm calling it now. I said in web, I was like, I have a feeling that even after the holidays, this war is just gonna kind of like fade into obscurity and like people won't go back to killing each other. But like I'm indifferent as to if that's true or not, but that's just my prediction generally, like and that's, I don't think we're going to go back to war, but we might, maybe, who knows.
Yeah, I don't really see there to be any specific reason why we would with the current climate, and especially post holidays, everyone's going to still kind of settling back into work and settling back into their normal daily lives. And then we're going to have the year 500 stuff going on.
Yep.
So I don't really
Yeah.
see any reason why people would be asked to start some sort of war besides on an individual level. Now, after January is done, yeah, like Zetas over there, I think that's Zetas, isn't there? Riot, whatever, said maybe in February. I could see it then if someone really wants to start shit again and they're bored, maybe something would happen then, but I don't know. I feel like unless there's some sort of event that happens again, like we saw with the Cogger thing,
Right.
I don't feel like there's
Right.
really going to be a valid reason unless people are really just bored.
Right. I mean,
That's
and I
half of
mean,
the
I know
wars
that.
is bored.
Right. I know that for me personally, if we're gonna go do any sort of war thing, I would like some sort of changes to kind of be implemented to the war system
Right.
first. So there's
100%
like
agree.
some, like mechanical win conditions where it's not basically just, well, this side doesn't want to admit defeat, this side doesn't want to admit defeat. So basically, let's just keep killing each other until players stop playing the game, which is not healthy for I mean,
No.
we're trying to like I think yesterday we were like rank 3 on top mud sites or whatever. So we have this
Yeah.
huge influx of players
Yeah.
coming in from from wherever, and I know that if I was a new player and I was trying to to navigate this new mud, and I was like, oh well, there's this war, I'd kind of want to participate, and then you just get constantly just murked straight into the ground repeatedly over and over. You could literally not do anything. That would put a terrible taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
but yeah.
welcome to the stream, by the way, Tris, and the game. Well, I don't know if you've been around for a while or not, but I have seen you the last day or two at Lester's and things, so welcome. But yeah, like I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't hate the war, but I also felt like it was a very telling war in that, like, we don't have objectives. It's very like kind of pointless, like. But it was still fun to just like. It was like that day months ago we had where we were fighting over shrines in Tainhelm. You remember that?
Hmm.
I do remember
That
Yes.
that.
you that
I
you
was not
hated.
involved,
You
but
really hated it, Steve, but like I actually enjoyed it because it was nice to just like do some kind of like conflict that wasn't like fake lesser foci conflict, like
I mean, I am totally for conflict. I think shrine conflict is it's
yeah,
just
oh,
to
I
me
agree it
there's no
sucks.
lasting effects to it. It's just, I mean, if you want to have a dedicated group of people dust a whole shitload of shrines, like it's just an inconvenience for
Yeah.
people in the future.
it really is. It's not really. I mean, it's obviously role play wise, you're taking down the influence of the god, yada yada. But at a mechanical level, yeah, it's not really doing anything but making it inconvenient for people to offer. And frankly, most people that offer these days do it in city or have a dagger. They don't actually
Right.
do it out in the wild. It's newbies potentially that may do it in the actual like area. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for defiling shrines role play wise. But at a point, it's just like, what is this even doing unless we have an actual holy war going on?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, but my, yes, holy wars and shrines are like a whole other thing, but I mean they're kind of not when you think about it because we were also doing that during the war. But the point is like I like that diversion every once in a while from like the predictable nature of lesser focis versus like what's gonna happen next? Where's the next fight gonna be? What's it going to be over? Like I do like that to an extent. The problem that a lot of us think we will have, but may not, is the fact that like spiraling out of control into being griefy and all that. But like we've talked about on the forums, I don't think that it happened this time. So
It got pretty close on both sides of getting a little griefy. It wasn't terrible, but if it had kept on for much longer, I feel like we would have started verging into that. And it wasn't not necessarily all the players, but there were very specific people who were heavily PK focused that were definitely leaning that way by how they were handling things. But luckily, calmed down. Most people were kind of policing each other in groups and kind of saying, "Hey, make sure you're kind of chilling. That's not cool." And it wasn't too bad, but it's the amount of time that this last one was going, it was definitely it was on the verge to be.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it went that bad, but I
Well,
don't
this
know.
is speaking from someone that's been on the end of and has been on the pushing side of griefing people, unfortunately.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we've all been there, and
Have you? I know
I mean,
Srian probably has. Have you?
have I
Oh,
ever
have I
been?
been on the receiving side of griefing? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I know Srian has, but
Yeah.
I remember when you were playing before. I don't know how much you PK'd and got involved with raiding and stuff before you. I know you've been doing it with this character. I just don't remember if you did it in before or not.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, man, I had that previous character off and on for like 15 years, so it's hard to say. But like, there's a lot of
True.
missing memories there of things I may not have experienced or done. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that I ever even back then, I don't think I ever experienced a raid ever in Aetolia. I think all the raids I ever experienced were in
Or an Empyrean.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's definitely a different beast. Empyrean, there was definitely griefing
Oh
really
yeah.
bad, constantly,
Yeah.
all the fucking time. I mean, it
Yep.
was just constant. But yeah, in Atolia, it's definitely not to Empyrean levels. But I could just tell with how things were starting to get towards the end of this that it was close to starting to be a little griefy. But that's my opinion. It's obviously not everyone else's opinion. Everyone has their own view of
Yeah.
it.
It's all about like everybody's opinion's going to be different because of the levels of grief that they have experienced in the past or administered. So it is what
Yeah.
it is. But
Like I've been in that situation and back in the day and Spine's Reach with I don't think it wasn't Benedicta. Who was it? It wasn't Benny, but it was a chick. Akara maybe? That was just constantly raiding Spine's Reach and just anyone that popped out was a target to her, even if it was a newbie. That was griefing. That was bad.
mhm. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean,
But
I
it
don't
is what
know.
it
I
is.
don't know that I've seen that ever in the past 2 years I've had this character. Like as far as that kind of in-depth griefing, but which I think is a
No,
good thing. I think that
it's
it
definitely a good
means
thing.
growth in the player base. Well,
Yeah.
and I don't mean like more people playing, but I mean like you know
Maturity
yeah,
levels and
maturity level, morality growth and stuff like that.
yeah, and people recognizing, you kind of have to think about the player behind the screen, not just what your character alone should be doing, and trying to just be a little bit more mindful of that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens with the war. I think now that you all mentioned year 500, that I think that was also part of my argument in the web about the war, because I have a feeling that we're coming out of this holiday season and going straight into basically a giant month-long event thing again, like October. So it's like people may forget about the war, and then by the time February rolls around, they might forget about it entirely. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I hope they don't, but I would be okay if they don't, but I also would be okay if they did. Like it's not like gonna. I don't know. I'll be there to fight a war, but it's not like I really want one. It
Yeah.
is what it is. It's part of the game, or it should be part of the game. I think. I don't think that it should not be part of the game. I think it should be part of the game to do war and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, we can move on to the next thing here. I half expected the New Year's Q&A. I expected it, like a lot of people, to probably be logged and put on the forums, but I don't think it was. So I put a topic here to talk about the Q&A bit. So if we want to talk about it, we'd kind of have to go off of what we remember. And I don't know if you two were there the whole time. I was.
I
I was there for like the first couple questions, but I left because it was kind of silly. But I guess as it progressed later in the evening, the questions definitely got a little bit more serious.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't go to it at all. So I was in the slightly inebriated voice chat in normal Latolia, like the public chat. We were talking about some of
Right.
it. And then I saw some of it in web, but I was absolutely just bashing the entire time. I'm like, this is not going to be anything I want to be there for. I had no questions myself.
Yeah. I was honestly surprised there was so many questions because, like, we had tennis on here and people were allowed to ask questions then, and like there was very few questions asked, and I honestly had to kind of struggle a bit to ask some questions at the Q&A, but apparently I stole one of Riot's questions before he could ask it, so that was fun. And then oh, Wyatt's making a clown face and I don't know why, but all right.
And no, I know that the most important one, is that katanas are not happening.
Oh God, here we
Stop
go.
trying to make
I
them happen,
appreciate
people.
that.
Hint: katanas are not happening.
I know. I saw like the screenshot of that. I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, there was still some good stuff asked. I think that as the pools do better and better every month, there's probably going to be less and less questions that people have. I mean, that's my experience. It's like, what would I ask them if I could? It's like, well, they're kind of doing everything that we, want them to since he came around. So it's like, I don't know what to ask because like all my questions would be about things that would be spoilers, and they're not going to talk about spoilers, and I really wouldn't want them to anyway. So it's like, it's wild, to think that we're in that good of a spot.
That's true. I mean, they just had when he came on, they had the different town hall sessions. So
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that they did it, and it was something kind of just fun and random. But I was like, we just had town halls. Let's just move on. Was there anything else that came up though? I mean, people in chat, if there was anything you felt was something of note to discuss, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think if anybody can remember their question or wants to bring it up here or something or has a memorable moment, we can talk about it. Otherwise, we can move on to the next thing here.
It's like only thing I remember is people talking about some people kind of getting aggressive or something. I don't even remember who it was
Oh
or
yeah,
what
that
it was
was kind
about.
of. I feel like that was happening near the end, and of course, people are somehow allowed to obscure who they are at the town halls, so it's kind of hard to tell who that is.
I hate that.
I hate that works at town halls. I think that's stupid, honestly. to be able to be like, oh, I'm going to ask a question as myself, but yet you can't see who I am. Like that's kind of silly. But there was it looked like there was about to be some kind of throwdown between a figure wrapped in darkness and Wyatt. So they were arguing, and I was like, well, good talk. Time, nothing to see here. Time to go.
Just be the Homer meme where you're slowly backing back into the just. I use that one so much at work for any conversation. It's just like, here, I'm memeing this. I'm gone. Don't involve me, please.
Yeah. I think there was actually two people using that disguise there or whatever, and I believe one of them was Riot, and someone else was, I think, Meltus or someone.
Meltus is the Steam one. He doesn't use the Shadow one.
Well, I think somebody said, because like somebody assumed that one of them was Riot, and then they said something about Riot or something, and then that person said, I'm not Riot or something like that. So I don't know. It was weird and confusing from like a third person standpoint, but it is what it is. We did learn that apparently people think that there is PvE power creep. I think that was part of that conversation. I think that's undeniable. There is PvE power creep. Whether it's bad or good, I think is up for debate. But
PvE power creep?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That was discussed at the Q&A.
Is it because you can get artifacts and increase damage through artifacts,
it's
or what?
That and chocolates and globes and like just on and on and on, just all these PvE buffs that exist in the game right now compared to what they used to.
Oh well, I mean
believe. That was the argument.
That's kind of just how games develop.
I know.
I do think that things are with like bastion areas, and this is just a side topic that bastion areas are especially at end game, too dependent on you potentially having artifacts or chocolates. Like they are not really made for people without those, frankly. You just die way too easily. Even if you were I'm not even saying auto bashing, even if you were manually bashing, it'd be pretty rough. So I could see that.
Yeah. And Wyatt says in chat that Riot was the one telling me there wasn't chocolates, compendium, pages, etc. Yeah, I think the thing about the PV power creep is that there clearly is, but I think that that's a consequence.
Yeah.
That's a it's a long-term consequence of a short-term monetary gain of them selling that stuff as promos.
Yeah.
And that was always going to be the case. And whoever ultimately made that decision to be like, hey, let's do this like for money and stuff. I mean, they probably have nothing to do directly anymore with the development of Aetolia. So it is what it is. But I understand the game has to make money. But this is just like a consequence of it, honestly.
It's like I'm trying to remember, were chocolates introduced during, I'm not going to call them by the other name, Razmiel's time or not? I can't remember.
I don't remember when chocolates came around.
I don't think they were a Galea's thing. I feel like they were during Raz's time, but I can't remember either.
Yeah.
Anywho, it's fine.
But yeah, you can. Whenever I eat one of each chocolate, I'm basically almost unkillable in PvE, like, and unstoppable. It's like you eat the chocolates and you literally become the Hulk for like 6 hours or whatever it is. So
for at least for most bastion areas, like Takana, with the extra mechanics, not so much. And then some of the Albedos areas definitely can still gank you pretty hard.
Yeah. It depends.
I blame Harry Potter for giving chocolate powers. I mean, you are the Brit expert, so I guess that's pretty valid there. It's pretty valid.
Rowan in chat bringing up the real topics, doing Snake Pit.
God, and that's Snake Pick with the venom. That was definitely, that should be downplayed a lot more. That zone needs some tweaking, and I'm so sorry.
What's the other one that's listed real low?
There's a lot of them. Like Fengard technically should not be listed as low as it is.
I think the worst one, honestly, and people have said this too, I think, is Arbothia.
Arbothia, yes, because of it wouldn't be that bad if they weren't so aggro. They're not bad by themselves, but because of the fact that they're aggro, it is so freaking difficult.
Like there's so many level 99 areas that I would rather bash than Arbothia, and it's like a 90 area.
Yeah,
like,
it's too high risk for such little reward.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of this is the way that the formula is for like figuring out that and setting those levels. So it definitely needs to be kind of a review of all of them. Is that going to happen anytime soon? Probably not. Yeah. But it would be nice. But I would say Snake Pit definitely, of all of like the lower zones, it is way off. And I am so sorry. So sorry.
I go to Snake Pit for Venom Sacks.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the goal of it, but it definitely was not set to the right level.
I really wish we were more consistent in what things give Venom Sacks and what don't.
Well, it's supposed to be anything that is a snake, essentially, but then we opened that up to also being the spiders, just because.
Yeah. I always assumed, as someone that like has went around and harvested Venom Sacks, that it was anything that gave you an affliction and was like a spider or a snake, or or did poison damage and gave you afflictions and stuff like that. Like
that would be nice, but it's definitely specifically been like, as far as like classically, it's just been snakes.
Yeah, but like there's also scorpions and stuff in the festering wastes and all that. So, but the thing is it's like, I really wish, because there's some areas like almost everyone knows about the Barrow, the Eashal Barrow in Albedos, and we all go there to do that little quest and stuff. But like, there's like 40, 50 spiders there, and it's like, I wish those gave Venom Sacks too.
That would be nice.
And I
have not done the quest there, though.
But have you not?
I didn't know that was a quest.
The quest giver's like right at the entrance.
Well, I just mow through it because I was so used to Mazian's Basher, and Mazian's Basher took you right through there, that
Mhm.
I've never bothered to actually look around the zone. I just bash through it. I'm like, boop doo doo doo, dead,
Well,
dead, dead.
you know, I'm excited that instead of having to form light now as a Dwambi to see in the magical dark rooms there, I have the stupid little crystal artifact that's permanent light source
Oh
thing.
my gosh, I love that thing. I got
Yeah.
it. I decided to like form it just because I had the pieces, and then afterwards I'm like, shit, this is the best thing ever. Why didn't I get this earlier?
Yeah, like I got more like out of all the relic coffers that we all got from December, I got more pieces of that stupid light source than anything else by a huge
Same
stretch.
here.
But
Same here.
but once I assembled it, I'm like, that's actually pretty cool that I don't ever have to worry about that again, and that it actually works on the magical darkness rooms and stuff. So,
Yes, so nice.
but
Okay.
but
We
yeah,
should probably switch topics again.
let's go, let's go.
Albedos Venoms.
Albedos Venoms. I
Not
wish
They-
those
sure.
they
Not
have-
existed.
sure if troll.
He's totally trolling, and that's fine. It's cool, Wyatt. Be a troll.
That's right.
Okay.
Wyatt doing Wyatt things. It's okay.
He's got a snake in his boot.
But yeah, the next topic was leadership changes recently in Spirit. And like we were talking about off stream, Sryan wanted to be here because he assumed that I posted that because he just got Vanguard. But it's not just that. There's been a lot of stuff in Duran and stuff.
No, it's
as well.
just that.
It's just that. That's all we're gonna talk about.
That's it.
Dude.
Your
Dude.
glorious ascension.
No, I'm not.
Dude.
I'm not that much of a narcissist.
Are
Okay.
you? I mean,
I'm
you
like-
kind of
I'm
are.
like 10%.
So
I'm like 10% that.
no, I'm gonna put you at more like 30. I'm gonna put you
Oh
at
my.
30.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I like when other people are on that she can rib. Takes the attention
Yeah.
off of me.
Anywho.
You love to see it. But yeah, like there's been a lot of leadership changes here for Spirit. And we were also talking off stream about like I think it was off stream how, that just kind of seems to happen more often in Spirit lately than it does Shadow, and I wonder why that is. But
Oh, we've actually been talking about that in my stream earlier. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it was.
yeah.
When I was on, we were just randomly talking about the fact that, our side seems to switch people out more often.
But I just wonder what it means for the potential in the future of the war and that sort of thing.
You and focusing on the war.
Well,
I swear.
it's the big thing right now politically, or one of them, one of the big things.
Oh my gosh, my simulacrum just died. So you guys
Yeah.
chat.
I feel like that when I first started or when I first came back to Atolia, there was a ton of shadow elections.
Hmm.
So, and it was all like leadership changes in Bloodlock, like people contesting keepers or overlords, sorry. And yeah, it definitely seems like it's kind of mellowed out now that they have like the speaker system put in, which again, I am not a fan of the speaker system. I know that some people like it. I mean, I would assume that it would, bring stability for wherever it's implemented at. But I vaguely recall that the speaker system was more or less like a punishment that the players kind of weren't left to their own devices. So
Right.
now we had to, you couldn't be trusted for running your own organization, and not having it kind of be like metagamed or for whatever reason. And I want to say that it started in Duran.
Yeah, the speaker system started in Duran when a bunch of the older players were legitimately metagaming outside, like in webs and stuff, to try to prevent certain people from being able to get positions or be able to even join the council, and
Right.
just being generally petty. And there was a lot of infighting in the organization really badly. I mean, Duran's had that issue for a long time, and they had been getting warning after warning, and finally just, had to parent them and make the speaker system. And it, for the most part, is not bad, but right now it is, just because of the fact that the guilds are pretty small, most of them are,
Right.
and don't have as many active players that are interested in doing leadership. Like we've talked about it before, Centauri have active 4 people.
Right.
So one has to be guildmaster, and technically that same person could be speaker, but you don't want them to be. So you end up seeing a lot of the same people just stay in their roles, even though they're not doing much, just because there's not any other choices. Now they do
Right.
have one position that is open to anyone in the council, but the other 3 are definitely just left specifically to each of the guilds. And
Right, and I suppose that's
yeah,
why I don't like the speaker system is because that if you have like the small organization or whatever, it essentially strong arms somebody into taking a position that they maybe didn't want to take.
yeah.
So
And that's actually what happened when I took my break. Is we basically had to force someone that didn't necessarily want to do it to go take the position from me when I was going. And I mean, it's worked out, but it sucked for them. They didn't really want to have to do it, and I still feel bad about it.
yeah,
But it is good for reducing drama and for reducing constant contestations and making it feel quote unquote balanced between each of the organizations. But once you get a smaller populace, it's definitely it doesn't make as much sense, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see what's going on politically, and I know that whenever Valheima was stepping down, and then our election started in Anorian for Harold, there was actually like a few people that sent me tells, and they're like, "Are you gonna join too?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I kind of already did that. I want to see new people do it." Also, honestly, I'm one of those people that doesn't like all the people from the same guild being on the council, even when it's my
okay,
own
so that,
guild.
that I have a gripe about that. So so that was brought up too. That because I want to say that it was Rasani who contested first, and then it was Finid, and then
Right.
I asked, yeah. So I can't remember who said it, but word got like around to me that people were saying that they didn't want to have like a Templar, majority led
Right.
council or whatever, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me because like the concern was that the Templar were going to put their put their guild before other people or push their agenda first. I'm like, when in the last year and a half that I've been back playing, when has this ever happened? Like it, we're all kind of on the same side, and it's kind of concerning to me that there's this like general level of suspicion that if any one guild or whatever has like majority power, that they're just gonna go like totally like ape shit crazy with power, and
Yeah, and I think a
subjugate
lot of
all the
that
other
is just
guilds.
oh sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
I was gonna say a lot of that I think is just even though it's newer players, I think that's an entrenched feeling that sometimes even I've had to deal with myself. Not gonna lie, where you've had to deal with clicks and you've had to deal with situations like what we saw with Infin, with the Lunar House up in Spines Reach, and them really causing some not so fun times for people up in Spines Reach, and that was because they had multiple people from the house all in the leadership, and we've seen it in Bloodlock, we've seen it in Durant, we've seen it everywhere in the past, and I think that's just the unfortunate side effect of that having happened in the past is that a lot of people are more skeptical of an entire organization having so much power in the larger picture there. Doesn't mean it's accurate and valid. No, does not necessarily mean it is, but people are still going to have that freak out and still make it an issue when they shouldn't really be doing that anymore.
Right. I mean, and then I could see that, like, on the other hand, if you did have the speaker system, like, technically, like, if you had like strategically placed, like people in like your clique or whatever, and you had them spread out across X amount of number of orgs, like 10 people could essentially run an entire organization and lock everybody else out. You
Oh,
know.
well, that's
So
pretty much what's happened in Duran with the speaker system before. I mean, not to say it was deliberate or anything,
right.
but there's definitely been clicks that have happened that have caused that sort of um, regular control of the larger organization. And in that case, it was actually moderately beneficial, but it's still not a good thing to see. And but yeah, the speaker system is not perfect for preventing that whatsoever. You can definitely still control each of the sub organizations. Just it's all about the politics, baby. You gotta wiggle it around. Gotta
Well,
sleep
Right.
with people and all that fun stuff, right?
for
I
well,
didn't sleep with anybody. What am
right?
I doing wrong?
Sorry, that was a really bad joke. That was a really bad joke.
My goodness. Um, Oh man, if only Rosani was here to
She
pick
to,
up the
to say
pieces right
real
there.
nice fuck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We do. I'm letting her down.
yeah. But what I was gonna
I'm
say,
not. I'm not. I'm not letting her down one bit.
for me, the whole thing about there not being like a majority of one guild is not to me personally. It's not for the reason you think it is. It's more like, yes, I care about my own guild the most above all the three guilds, but like I do still also care about the other guilds. Like I think that it's fair for everyone to have a representative on there, and I understand that we can also still do that without it being the speaker system.
Yeah,
That's
and I agree there. That's my thing. Is like I still want each organization to have representation. I want them to have it, but if each of the organizations are having, or some of the other organizations are having lower numbers, it doesn't make sense for them to have a bigger leadership role if they don't have the numbers to line up to it. But they should definitely be able to have ministries and definitely be involved with a lot of things. But I don't see them needing to reserve a higher leadership role if, like with us, there's only 4 people. There could be possibly people from other guilds that could
yeah,
take it and still do fine, and the council would be fine.
yeah. And I actually had voted for somebody in this election for most of it, and then switched my vote near the end. Um, it wouldn't have mattered either way, but it. I feel like you were saying off stream, it was very very interesting though that we had like 80% turnout this time. So
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
doesn't happen very often in Anorian.
so like the problem that I've been noticing, since I've been a herald in an Orient, is that it is incredibly difficult to fill these ministry positions,
It's an
because
issue everywhere.
people get burnt out on these things or whatever. But literally, as soon as a herald spot opens up, it just turns into this massive free for all
Yeah.
where there's like 6 or 7 people trying to do it, and I'm like, I don't understand this. That it's I don't know if it's like milestone motivated, or I mean,
Oh no, it
it
is entirely they want to feel
just
special. They
have the
want to feel
bragging
they have
rights.
the bragging rights. They want the honors line. They want all of that additional stuff. It's the same reason why when guild master elections come up, people will sometimes just throw themselves in there because they have that opportunity. Even if they end up having to step down afterwards, they end up having that honors line and having that bragging right that they ended up doing it. Ministries are definitely the backbone and the real deal in the council and in the city more than the actual higher positions. So people don't want to have to do as much work because the leadership role, you ain't doing jack shit on something unless something actually happens. You may
Right.
be able to use it for some role play, but you're really not doing anything besides maybe being a project manager and kind of watching what your ministers are doing. But that's it. The actual ministers are doing the main work.
Yeah, I mean everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's got different reasons. I think for doing politics, I kind of agree with Wyatt on that one. It's kind of a little negative way to look
No, I
at people
mean,
who, literally there are some people who don't want to bash, they don't want to PK, they just want to do politics stuff.
and
Um,
no, and that's
And
fine.
that's
That's not the
fine.
type of people we're talking about. We're talking about specifically some of the people that I've seen in the past, and I won't name names or anything, that have done it, like contested, got the position, and within a week, a real life week, even less than that, quit the organization just because they literally wanted to get the line. So there are some people that are doing it for that, but I would say I don't think we have as many people doing that these days. I think that the people that joined were probably really wanting to do the political aspiration, really trying to find something new to do. Um, so I don't think we see it, but you never know. You never know what people really are doing it for.
yeah. And I will say there's also some ministries, or actually quite a few ministries, that like there really isn't much to do with them day to day either. So
No, most of the ministries are pretty easy, and I've always been a big pusher that we should have what Empyrean has, which is you can consolidate ministries into having different powers. That way, you can make it a little bit more themed to your organization, and you can make them consolidated because you don't necessarily need all those
yeah.
ministries, and it would help with having a lower player base in that organization. So you could have someone that does war and security. They don't have to be separate, and you have just one person that's doing both rather than having to have 2 separate ministries. And yeah, Sabati's forum post said it the best. I completely agree, and that was a good while back. But I really still think we need to do that. Yeah, nuke all ministries in 2022, please,
They're
because
so bad. And we can just start off with culture. That is like just the worst.
Yeah.
hey, guess
the-
who just took over culture for Duran? This girl.
Well,
Because there was literally no one else.
see you on
Literally.
the burnout.
Oh, I really don't get burnout when it comes to culture because I'm not gonna go exuberantly make it my life. I will go do what I need to, which is going to be like the Areachtas, which hasn't been done in literally Eric's a real life year. I went and searched
Oh,
the news.
okay.
It hasn't been
Great,
done
great.
since December of 2020. It's
Awesome.
actually wait, that might be 2 years then. Shit.
Yeah.
No, just
Oh,
barely. No, it's
been
barely
within the
over a
last
year.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't run last year. I searched the news. There wasn't one.
Really? Are you sure? Because
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
am.
sure that
Unless
like,
unless it
'cause
unless they didn't happen to post the word "reach this" in it, then
I don't know because I remember that Kate was had
she was
done
trying to get
something
it
and
done. She was trying to get it done, but it didn't really seem to happen. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Just double checking. Last time I saw it posted, there was something in like April. Yeah, in April where William mentions it, but it's not actually. There's nothing else. The next post before that is December of 2020. So it's not been run in a
maybe it was
while.
such a good time that nobody remembered to post about it.
Exactly. There you go. Maybe it was.
What happens in Duran
But
stays in Duran.
Right? There you go.
yeah, but my point
Passing
is that,
that peace pipe around.
yeah, it's like as like the culture minister, I'm not going to make a ton of effort. I'll do that. I'll do some other things. I'll try to make things feel more lively. And I think that's the problem people do with some of these ministries is they put way too much effort and energy into it and don't think about being in it in a longer term. They're just like, okay, I'm going to be energetic. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to be fantastic. And then, yeah, like you said, within a couple of weeks, it's usually a couple of weeks, they are just burnt out. They have put way too much damn energy into it and shouldn't have. So yeah, I'm not worried about getting burnt out. I will just do the minimum and basics that need to be done. But culture is the worst one to have to find someone for.
Yeah.
If they would just make it more about trying to occasionally run arena events and just try to like occasionally have a little quiz here or there and make it less about, oh, you are the backbone of the entire city, basically, which is
Right.
what most organizations
You
try
know,
to do.
it's on your shoulders to entertain the rest of us.
Exactly. And it's like, no, that should be the city leader and the cedar leadership. It should not be the cultural minister. They should not be having to deal with nearly as much of that. You guys are leading, lead it. That's what you do. So too many people look at the cultural ministry incorrectly, and some of the other ones are much the same. Like trade, now that there's mining and there's farming, cities seem to say, okay, well, this means they should also be managing all these farms
Right,
or managing
right.
all these mines.
I
They
don't
should be
think
doing all
that's
this extra
fair
work.
either.
And it's not fair. No, it's not realistic expectations on the ministry. The ministry should be able to help put out comms and make sure there's enough comms out there and make sure the prices are competitive, that sort of thing, but should not really be having to do all of that miscellaneous work that they're not getting any real reward unless they like to do it. I mean, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, people just don't look at ministries well, and it frustrates me to no end.
Yep. Also, to Steve answered Triss's question in chat, but we have had
Oh
Aline
yeah,
on, Alayla, Bullrock, Sidon, Takaya, Zinnia, and Almol is actually on the stream's Discord server and wants to come on at some point, but I think I don't know when he wants to or they want to or
yeah.
whatever. But
And Tiani and I were on with you just the other day, just
yeah,
Oh
doing
yeah, I forgot about
miscellaneous
Tiana.
streams. Yeah, Tiani comes on pretty often too.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do kind of very rarely ever have like a majority shadow stream, but it's not because I don't want to. It's just because like it's been my own circle. Obviously, is Spirit because I play Spirit. That doesn't mean I don't want them to come on. It's just like I talk to Spirit people more often, you know.
Yeah,
So,
and honestly, I'm kind of both. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't even come. I've only been doing it more recently. I hadn't been coming on for a while there.
Yeah, you took your break, so it made sense.
Yeah. It was a good break.
Everybody should take breaks.
They really should. That is an important and healthy thing. You should take a break, people. Don't make the game your life or something. Okay. Did we need to talk anything more about leadership changes?
I mean, we can
I
kind
was
of.
going to say, I don't know, like the reason behind switching Vanguard was that Kalina was going to take it just for the duration of the war, and then we had discussed the other heralds of having somebody else pick it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Izia is really great. She's fantastic with the day-to-day operations and making sure that everything's running smoothly. I felt like that because of the war, Inorian really jumped in there. Like
Yep.
there was just a huge influx of activity, and everybody was really eager to get involved. And I was like, I don't really want to lose the steam, you know. So I was like, I think that Inorian needs a little bit of direction, you know.
Yeah.
You have Bloodlock that they have there. They want to spread on death. They want to be the strongest that there's ever been. And then you have Spine's Reach, which is all about defending from the Shadow Plane, and they have like this sense of direction. And Durin is all about protecting Dendara and stuff like that. Whereas Inorian, on the other hand, we're kind of just vibing and hoping that if the Age of Dawn is in town for the weekend, that it'll swing by, and have a chat real quick before taking off. We're literally doing nothing actively to bring this
Right.
prophecy that the whole city has the biggest boner for. We're doing nothing to bring it around. We're just kind of just hoping that somebody else does the legwork for us. And I think that while we have this steam or whatever, left over from the war, that we need to use that energy a little bit more effectively. We need to do something with that. And we need to give the city a direction, a goal, or something to work towards. So.
Yeah.
And personally, from like a player standpoint, I think the Age of Dawn, the prophecy thing, or whatever it is, I think it's a load of shit. I mean, Atolia is built on being this darker realm. Shadow's not going anywhere anytime soon. Vampires are not going anywhere anytime soon. It's literally like the foundation of this game. So I think maybe if we kind of change our interpretation of it, make it a little bit more marketable. A little bit more realistic, I think.
How did I just die? Oh, I had recklessness and didn't know it.
Good job.
How did
Finally died.
I don't even know how I got that. That's wild.
So I think that if we make it a little bit more
Whatever.
marketable, a little bit more realistic, I think there might be some interesting stuff to do with that. But we have like some Herald meetings coming up that I'm kind of excited to see like where all this goes. So that's basically my plan for kind of in a nutshell for Inorian, giving it some direction on kind of the global stage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think that's a good plan. Honestly, the whole Age of Dawn thing ends up being so heavily what Damariel sees it as, because Damariel's been a big piece of Enorian and everything, that I think Enorian does need to take their own interpretation and not rely on Damariel so much and try to figure out how it works into what they want to do as an organization. Hey, no, I'm just being honest. I think they need to figure out what they need to do.
You're literally killing Eric's right now.
I know.
I'm literally about to
them.
talk about that from my side before she first goes just screw Damariel. It's fine. Whatever.
I don't think Damariel's bad, and I don't think Damariel's wishes are bad, but I do think for Enorian to branch out and be its own thing, it has to separate from Damariel. We had to do that in the Centauri because it was so heavily built on Damariel as a backbone. So we had to actually go, change a bunch of things to try to figure out how to separate it. So I completely think that's a great plan. It's kind of what we're trying to do with the Centauri now, is figure out how we can make our own new backbone too. I think a lot of organizations, especially since Ixty is going to try to make that more of a focus this year, are starting to look at themselves and say, okay, our goals are okay, but how can we really make them something we can be proactive about and make them more interesting and unique to our organization, and also still be applicable to the greater picture for our side of the game?
Right. Yeah, I agree. Screw Damariel.
You know why? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Screw Damariel. That's just that. Yes, you can make that a clip if you need to. There you go.
Well, on the other side of this coin, I was actually just about to say, and this ties into our next topic, which is stories from the week, and also our current one about leadership changes, is that I've said it on a couple streams and I've told it to some people, but I am the new order head of Damario's order now in game, and I have had some ideas the last few days that I've had it of where I want to take the order and what I want to do with it. And I have things that I've been thinking of to make it more interesting. And I think I actually have a plan on what I want that to look like, especially with, there's going to be phases where obviously I have to we have to rebuild the order. And then before you can actually go get the Age of Dawn, you have to have more than 2 or 3 people in the order. So that's going to be phase 1, making it more appealing. And I have an idea for how to actually go and get the Age of Dawn. So that's where I'm at with that stuff. So I don't want to spoil it either, but I have ideas and things.
You have an idea of how to bring about the Age of Dawn?
Yeah, it's actually in the books, about it. It involves an actual place. That's all I'm going to say about it. So
Mystery, intrigue. Sorry.
But if we're gonna go get a place, I have to have more than me go get a place. So
Interesting.
You go get that place. There you go.
Look at that. Wyatt's trying to fail fish me in chat. It's beautiful.
Is he doing it to you?
I don't know, is he? I'm trying to talk about my perspective on this stuff. I have ideas, but I don't want to spoil them all.
I just,
and ideas are not solid, they can be fluid.
I'm sorry, whenever you say I have ideas, I just picture you doing the Trump hands. I have ideas and just gesturing just like Trump.
I hate you.
Huge ideas.
Screw rearing. How about that?
Huge ideas. The best ideas, the most amazing ideas.
People who have ideas, they come to me for the better ideas.
Oh my god. We're not having the Mario and me and Age of Dawn be Trump related. That's not happening. My god. Blonde Trump, wow. Oh my god, Dee Dee, don't you start too.
I'm not banned from the stream. He knows it's just, he knows I'm just kidding.
I'm glad that Zani's not here to do this too. This would make it even worse.
Wow. This is now canon. Eric's is Napoleon Donald Trump.
I'm so sorry, but not.
He's got the money.
I don't have money.
You have millions of gold. You have the best gold.
I used to have millions of gold. Yeah. I'll type currency. I don't even care. That's how much gold I have. I don't have that much anymore.
Oh no, you spent a little bit of gold. You have so much gold.
Make Damario great again. Holy shit.
My finger is now hovering over the Bay Hammer for Wyatt. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh
jeez.
God, that's fantastic. Did you ban it? No. Okay, good.
No, I'm not actually going to ban Wyatt.
I don't know. You are very much. Okay, I'm not gonna make that joke again.
And what?
I'll be good.
Can we move on here? Jeez.
Yes, please.
Gosh.
Wow,
so anyway,
I'm glad I came on the stream for this today.
You sound highly amused.
I'm quite tickled by this.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the best day ever. I love everyone.
Oh my god. I hate this. I'm trying to be serious and share something that I enjoy, and everybody's just destroying me here. It's awful.
It's because we love you,
oh my
Phoebe.
God. I'm going to check my Discord DMs instead of caring about the stream right now. Let's see here.
Okay, Sarah,
great.
We can go talk about stories from the week. Do we have any?
My Discord DMs is literally Anarissa laughing at me. That's great.
Nice.
I'm guessing Anarissa is watching the stream as well. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get on to the next thing. Stories from the week. That was one of mine. There's been some other cool stuff that's happened to me in game, but some of it's more personal roleplay that I told Ririn about, but I don't really want to talk about it on stream. So, but
cool.
Yeah. The Damario stuff happened. I've just been bashing a lot. Obviously, I can't do Fracture anymore right now because there's nonstop people patrolling it, but it is what it is.
So sad. So sad.
But yeah, just been bashing, having fun. There's more stuff that happened to me in the last topic too, so I'll defer to that. So you guys, anything interesting happening to you in particular in Anatolia this week?
Let's see. I role played for the first time in forever. Like I actually sat down and role played with somebody. That was cool. Um, Curiel's one of the newer players in Duran, and we just had a blanket fort, and it was fun. It was very very wholesome and adorable.
That's great.
Yeah, good times.
Was it
I really
huge?
have been bashing so much. Yes, it was huge. It was huge. Um, I haven't bothered. I've been bashing so much I hadn't sat down to do anything lately. But I do think that's it. Besides the lore keeper shit, which you know, yeah,
That just makes
yeah,
me think of Empyrean.
it really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I hate the name of lore keeper. I get why, but I hate the name of it in Atolia because I just think of Empyrean.
Yeah. For those
For
of
people that don't know,
yeah,
that
go
was
ahead.
Kinsarmar. Was it Kinsarmar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their city leader was the lore keeper.
No, one of their guilds,
Wait.
their night guild was the lore keepers.
Oh, right, shit, with the Kestrels, right. I was in that how
And
many
rune lore,
times?
rune
I
lore with
should
totems
remember
and
that.
stuff.
Totems.
I was actually the first guild master.
Oh, so fancy. Oh my
Yeah, it was
gosh.
so huge. But yeah, so
Okay, that's mine. So
lore keeper
yeah.
stuff in Anatolia now.
Yeah, we got our lore keeper now. I'm
Okay.
gonna start making totems, and I'm gonna just start like dropping them all over the place. That you know what? Yes, I'm gonna make totems. That's gonna
So
be
you're
my
gonna
thing.
make glyphs basically, because that's what totems
Mhm.
are in Anatolia.
Mhm.
Got it.
I'm gonna make. No. I'm just saying. I'm gonna actually make a totem. It's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be totems that I can set out. There's a woodcraft item. That's a totem.
Ah, that's right. Yep.
And I am in Duran, so I could go make it. Very. It's animals and
Mm.
stuff. I could have animal totems. There you go.
I can engrave it for you with the quill.
Yes, engrave it. I shall put my mark on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Srian, you have any stories? Because I'm just rambling.
I'm trying to think what has all happened during the week. Not really. A lot of nothing.
Really? Just nothing at
yeah.
all, huh?
No,
Nothing at all happened
really.
to you in Anatolia.
No, I have actually after like the war was over, like it was Christmas and then it was New Year's, and I've just been mostly just logged into Atolia and idling and playing Phasmophobia with my sister. So
Well, there
that's
you go.
pretty much it. I have nothing from the week, literally nothing. So
Okay. Then
Okay.
nothing about, Vanguard or anything, or just
Or
nothing at all happened.
asking people if they're dummy thick.
okay.
Sorry.
First
no.
off, Phasmophobia goes off of voice recognition, okay? So I have like a fairly decent chance of getting a ghost to answer me if I ask if they're dummy thick or getting hunted immediately, which I'm okay with either because I don't know, I'm pretty slippery when it comes to Phasmo. So
I'm sorry. The whole time listening to you say it every time for that game, just it made my day. That was like, besides this whole conversation, it was fantastic. So thank you.
it was.
I had to share with the audience. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well,
good talk.
Good talk. Good talk, people. Regroup.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a whole lot.
It's
from
okay.
The week.
It's
It's
okay.
been very. I don't know. It's been a very boring week for me in character wise, and I guess out of character wise. So
Gotcha.
It's okay.
which
It
is good
happens.
because it was busy. It was it's just been kind of nuts. Like I am kind of glad that things have kind of settled down a bit because for a hot minute there, in game wise, I was getting really I don't know, just kind of not burnout is the word.
I was about to say
Just kind
burnout.
of frazzled because there was just so much going on back to back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot to kind of keep everything like organized and like staying in the loop with everything because there really wasn't any like breathing room for anything. So yeah, anxious. Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really liked that period of time, but I think it all comes down to realizing that, like, even if there's a bazillion things going on all the time, you don't have to be there 24/7 to deal with all of them. It is still a game, and the game will wait for us as players.
Yeah, I have to keep telling
Well,
myself that all the time, and it's hard.
I mean, I guess the only thing that was like kind of discouraging is that oh god, I can't remember exactly what had kicked off. But do you remember when we did the Cornar event?
Yes.
Okay, so I had like a whole thing, like a whole like story that I was gonna build, like starting off with that Cornar thing, and then like literally the next day there was like some big global thing. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't. I don't think it was the Forgotten because the Forgotten had already ended. Uh, but it was some big thing. I can't remember exactly what it was. But and then basically from that point on to today, like I haven't had any time to continue that. So and
Right.
actually I just remembered that I need to change the guild message. Uh, but if it, like one of these days I'd like to get back
Yeah.
to finishing that. So
Yeah, I would say as some general advice, take a look at both the guild message and the city town crier that hasn't been touched in forever.
Oh yeah, I need to go look at my guild message, guild announce, because I don't think I've changed it.
But anybody that's listening in another window and isn't looking at chat, I started the 50 credit giveaway for the week. If you want to enter, you can type !ticket, and you will have a chance at winning 50 credits. All you got to do if you win is just tell me your character name, which I already know a lot of them, but some of the other people I don't. But yeah, next topic. The last one was like the talking a little bit about the stocking raffle results. Did y'all see the results of that? Like who won what and stuff?
I did. Yeah.
What'd you
I
think
was
about it?
I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get anything. Obviously, that's a natural feeling. But I mean, I'm happy for the people that got it. I do wonder how that idol's going to end up working. Azure doesn't really get involved in PK as much,
Right.
and I don't remember what that one does right off the top of my head. The
Me
rest of
too.
them, I'm just like, that's not probably going to affect things that much. Besides, Scizabor might go paint things randomly.
Yeah, I kind of wanted that one. I would do great things with that one. But yeah,
You would do great things.
great things.
Yeah,
Huge things.
huge things. But that's the only one that I really wonder. I'm like, are we even going to see it out there? The rest of them, I do think we will end up seeing something done with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted the class unlock token too. Obviously, it's useful for everyone, so.
Yeah, that is true. I had a lot of tickets. There definitely were a lot of tickets because I think my last ticket was was in the 43,000 range. So I don't know if they start at 1 or not, but that's a lot of tickets.
Yeah, I
what?
imagine.
How many tickets do you have? I want to say that I had just shy of 80, which seems low.
I'm gonna have to count and do some math real quick because I never check. So give me a hot minute and you guys talk.
Can we actually still see how many we had? Let's see.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let me see here.
It's I want to say it's 8 per line. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 per line.
Well, I mean, it doesn't show on the raffle itself how many tickets you had anymore, like lottery info 36 or whatever.
No, if you do lottery 36,
Oh,
it
just
just
lottery
brings up your
36.
tickets. Yeah,
Oh.
then you can look at all your tickets, and it's to just count. There's 8 across, and then just count how many lines, how many rows there are down. So
It
just
doesn't
8
show it
times
for me when I type it.
8 times whatever.
It just shows
Okay,
the
I'm
winners.
stopping at 50 rows because
Weird.
that's where I am.
50 rows.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
8. No, I have almost 10 rows.
Yeah, I bought a lot of the high-end stockings.
Sorry, I don't speak whale noises.
Whale noises. Yep, that's about right. I can't do whale noises. Wah. I sound like just a.
Fucking rows, Jesus.
It's more than that. It's probably 60 if I'm looking at this right.
Good
And
lord.
just guesstimating from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I've been around for a few lottery draws over the years, and I never win anything typically. And so when I actually did win something this time, I was actually kind of like amazed. I was like, "What? It got pulled and I did something. Like it happened. I have a
Nice.
message." I was like, "Huh." And then I read it and I'm like, "Torque of Ilmenite." And I was like, "I don't even know what that does." And then I looked at it and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty flavorful." But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, "That's actually really cool cuz
Yeah.
like The more I think about it, I'm like, that kind of counts for every language that they're ever going to enter into the game too. So
Yes, he can speak in whale now.
I'm
That's right.
almost to whale because we agreed on a clan a while back, years ago, that you have to have a retire value of 10,000 or more to be a whale. That's what we agreed on, or some of us agreed on, and I'm at like 8,600 now.
In there, you're pretty close.
I'm about
Um,
halfway there.
8,700.
5166.
I'm not saying what mine is.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like, unless you
probably
guys
twice as much as
really,
mine.
unless you really want to know. Do you really want to know?
I mean, I'm not gonna beg. Begging is hard for me. So.
Well, 1637 right now.
Oh wow! So it is almost twice as much as mine.
Yeah.
Nice. I can speak well. I can speak. I actually can't speak all the languages, but I can understand well now. I can understand all languages now.
Yeah, there you go.
And
You can understand it.
when I got it, I was like, man, this thing's cool and all, but my immediate thought was like, how am I going to customize this thing? Like,
It was all he would talk about in
Yeah.
Webbers. Can I customize this? Should I
Yeah,
customize it?
yeah.
What could I make it into? It was a conversation, I
Just-
swear, for at least like a half hour.
Why don't you just turn it into Demario's like order shackle things?
I mean, because those are supposed to be given to you, and hopefully I get those eventually, because like it's kind of weird that I haven't
I
yet.
bet
You're
you
the order head and
anything-
you don't even have the shackles.
No,
I
don't.
bet you-
This fake order head. This is
What?
fake news.
Well,
Oh my
honestly, I
God.
bet you anything he
fired.
just forgot and didn't realize you had them. Honestly, because
It's
he's
okay.
just probably didn't check.
It'll be all right. I'm sure I will get them. It'll be cool. It was also cool seeing Nipsey get zapped by Demario. That was cool, especially because I got to see it from the perspective of being in the room with the god, and which I think it looks a little different if they zap someone while you're in the room.
What does he do to zap? Is it an actual zap, or is it like a weapon zap? Because Sliff has
I think he
that,
uses his chains,
trident.
because like the
Uses
chains are
chains.
like dripping with blood or something. Like it's pretty brutal. But I don't remember the whole
Nice.
thing. But I was like, it was like a pretty huge paragraph. I was like, damn, that's pretty violent for Demario.
cool. I know Chak is pretty classic lately for making custom ones anytime she does zap somebody. I've seen it a few times where she's like, make something special for this death.
But yeah, the other thing about the torque that I noticed, and let me probe it here. Unless they already fixed it, but I doubt they did because I didn't typo it.
It had a typo in it, you said.
It has a typo in the very short description when you probe it. It's literally like one sentence description, and it has a typo in it.
Rip.
I don't know if you guys can spot the typo right there that I have highlighted. I don't even know if the potential Solanis that are in the chat could even fix that, because to me that's probably something that producers would have to edit because it's an artifact.
The torch.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wearing a torch of Ilmenite.
I mean,
It's okay.
you
I don't
can just
care
be on
that
fire.
much
It's fine.
But I mean, I could be, but I'm not. But I mean, you are in your little voice chat avatar, so that's pretty cool. But it doesn't matter to me a whole lot either, because I'm gonna customize it anyway. So, but I just thought it was kind of funny.
You know what's really funny now that you mentioned my avatar? You really should have just cut out the fire, because what it looks like when I'm next to you is that I'm preparing to throw fire at you. I'm just looking at you like, man, I am ready to murder this guy with fire.
Yeah, this is kind of like when we're on Takana, and you're on my lawn, so
Yeah.
you gotta
that
get
is
off my
what it
lawn.
looks like. You're getting off your damn lawn, old man.
It's my island.
Whatever.
That's right. That's what I thought.
Mm.
But yeah, the raffle was cool.
Wow.
I like that, there was a bunch of different people that won the raffle instead of it being like a typical raffle where feels like a lot of these things just one person wins, So it was
Yeah.
cool that there was some variance with it.
I do like it better than you just getting it randomly from the stocking itself.
Yeah.
Although I did win one thing one year, and it was from that one of the stocking things. So I was very, very lucky that time. But it feels like you have more of an open chance with it.
Yeah, for sure. I was truly, it was a nice cap to the end of the year for me to actually get something that Because like I've been wanting for a while, like something that's kind of unique. Because there's a lot of old players out there that have like these unique things, these unique artifacts, and I don't know if that torque is actually unique or not. But I have a feeling there's not many people that have it, so that's kind of cool.
Think
And
of anyone that still plays that does have it. I feel like Daskalus might have. Maybe no.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a feeling that over time people are going to forget that I have it, and it's going to come up in like these random moments that I have it, like. Like with the fact that I can see Sissons using signs when I'm not in Sisson, I have a feeling that's gonna happen eventually. But
Probably.
I think you already can. You can. I think you can see signs. Maybe I might be wrong.
let's see here. No. Okay.
Like as long as you are like multi-classed in it,
Really,
I think you can.
I know we had that moment where I felt like I switched from Sisson and I still had lip reading or something
Yeah.
because I could see
Okay.
people murmuring, but I don't know if that applies to signs too.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
can you?
Yeah.
I
So
can't
you
remember.
can see signs. Yeah, because I figured it was like the shapeshifter being able to understand like the feral tongue or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you just yeah, lip reading. I think you have to be in Sisson class.
But yeah, it'll be cool. I did kind of want to make it obviously, in predictable fashion. I kind of wanted to customize it to be something related to like the Mario and Truth because it seems like a very truthy thing that you can like understand all languages. So
Womp womp.
Have it be a lasso.
a lasso of truth. All right.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
are you trying to make me Wonder Woman now? Is that what we're?
I mean, you
Is that
Wonder
how we're?
Woman.
Is that how we're gonna
I mean,
do
you got the
things here?
glorious hair. We just need to dye it black, and
we
it'll
can
be fine.
get the busty little outfit for you.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
yeah, that can be a thing. I can
There
make
you
that.
go.
I can make it
Why
happen.
Hell
why is
yeah.
this still
Hell
happening?
yeah.
Like no hell yes. Hell knows. How about that? Thank you
All
for
the
the
hell
follow,
yes.
Marissa.
Eric's Donald Trump Wonder Woman.
I
His
hate you so
lasso of
much.
truth.
God.
Ship it.
Oh.
Don't. No ships. Sink the ship with the Dawnbreaker.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think that was about all the topics we had, but I mean, we can keep going and talk about some other stuff if anybody has anything they want us to talk about in chat.
I think I might be done. I'm probably gonna hop off because I got to get ready for work here in a little bit. Because
Okay.
that
Yeah,
phone call
you're at
did
that.
not come, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was about to say you had that 2 hours, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's about that time.
Well, if there's nobody else that wants to enter the giveaway, I guess I'll pull the giveaway. You have approximately a minute or so to type exclamation ticket in chat. And then we will pull that, and then maybe we'll get out of here a little earlier than we thought.
Yay! You won't have to deal with me anymore. Aren't you
Yeah.
so excited?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of fun to deal with you.
Is it? Is it? I mean, I
Wow.
just pick on you the entire time.
All good attention's, or bad attention is better than no attention, I guess.
Event that you're looking forward
is
to
it
in the
though?
year 500. I can say
I have two of
that
those. Go there.
I will actually be missing half of it. I will be missing up to, let's see, crap, which one is it? I was trying to say, oh, the Great Hunt. I'll be missing through the Great Hunt. I'll be back for the riddles, but so I will be missing a lot of things. So I guess in my case, maybe I'm looking forward to doing Epicurean since I didn't do it last time. But yeah, I'm gonna be in Disney.
I guess I appreciate that these aren't all held on weekends.
Right.
Yes.
That was one of my biggest gripes with the last couple events that were held, like the Yavalamon fight in Farsai and a couple of the other things, was that like these all happen like on like US prime time,
Yeah.
like during the Howling or whatever. And I mean, I work in the service industry, so I I will never be here like Saturday, like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Like I'm always working. So I missed all of that. And like usually when I get home is when it's like the European players and like the Australian players. Like I tend to play like more on their time zone because I'm up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. And there was really not a whole lot going on. So I mean, but looking at this event thing, I guess it just off like kind of a cursory glance, it looks like it's kind of a little bit more spread out.
Yeah.
Um, so I definitely appreciate that. Um, I actually might be able to attend some of these. So
Well, there you go.
Yay.
Are there any particular ones that you are looking forward to though?
uh,
I bet you the CTF.
yeah, CTF, Starfall, probably Survivor, Treasure Hunt.
Oh, I might. Oh, that's right.
Then
There's.
I
I'm
would
gonna miss the treasure
I
hunt.
would probably attend the storytelling. I would probably not participate, but I'll attend it and listen to some of the stuff. But yeah, in terms of like the bloodbath and the FFAs and the duel and stuff like that, I don't really care about any of that shit. I'm gonna do 1v1. So
Right. Yeah, I am. The two that pop out to me that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'll get to do one of them. I hope I do, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. I'm really looking forward to the Great Hunt, which I know I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to do the Great Hunt, and I'm actually going to plan to do this Great Hunt instead of like saying that I'm not doing it and then I end up doing it like last time. So I'm going to plan to do the Great Hunt. I'm going to shoot for top 3 this time. That's my goal. As for the other one I'm actually really looking forward to is the 2v2 champions. I think that's fascinating because it's like it's not 1v1, which I also am not a fan of, but it's also not a lesser, or an FFA.
oh,
So
the
it's like,
2v2.
yeah, there's a
Oh
2v2
yeah,
champions.
I remember that. Yeah, the last time that they did that, it wasn't it. I want to say it was Salts and Sarahward that won it for Anorian, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never seen one so far since I've had this character.
Sorry, looked
yeah.
away. What are we saying we didn't see?
The 2v2 city champion thing. So it's like
Oh,
each city picks like 2 fighters or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
I think I actually ended up fighting in one of them years back. It's actually a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
yes, bring on the cheese. That is pretty much what people do is they bring on the cheese.
Yep. Pretty much in every facet of combat. But I still really like 2v2 stuff anyway. It's the same reason I kind of like a lot of people really enjoy Twin Foci. And I imagine it'll be kind of similar to that. But I don't know. I've never done one. So
Yeah.
but I would like to, but I think there's probably, and I told this to Kalina the other day. I was asking her in character. I was like, "Have we given any thought to like who's going to be in that for us?" And she was like, "Not really." I was like, and then she was like, "Are you volunteering?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, I'll do it if nobody else wants to, but like, there's like
oh shit,
infinitely more people better at that than me." So
that's probably a conversation that we'll have to have during this Herald meeting.
yeah,
Yeah. You guys should
Because
definitely start
it's in
prepping fast on
it's in
that.
6 days. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, am I gonna die from bleeding? Okay, good. No. Oh, I died. Damn it.
Oh,
Okay.
you died too, like
I
me.
finally died. I finally died. It was definitely a thing.
Womp
That
womp.
hurt. Womp womp. Anyway, but yeah, you guys definitely need to start figuring that out hot and fast. I'm sure Salts will probably want to do it. I imagine.
Look at that.
What
DD
day
won the
is that?
giveaway.
Yay.
You did it.
6 days, 3 hours. So that'll be
Did I?
next Saturday.
Oh, I didn't die. Oh, I thought I was waiting for like the death sequence to come up.
I mean, Rowan, I've died to bleeding with redemption. Well, I don't use the aura, but I use the blessing all the time.
Yeah,
But
it's easy to die. I think I just wasn't paying. I wasn't paying close enough attention to my bleeding. Then it's fine. I'll be fine.
yeah, well, the thing is, you should use mana flow. It helps quite a bit. But we've had that conversation before. I think.
Yeah, no, this is entirely just like it was way too much. Mana flow
Yeah,
would not have saved me.
I
I
know what you
have
mean.
robes. I have all this other stuff. It just would not have
Yeah,
saved me.
there's just even with the bleed attacks, there's still like bad RNG on how many of them you get hit with and things like that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
when I go to Ftel Island and like I auto bash the animals in the area at the start, those things give a lot of bleeding too. And sometimes they don't, but there's been times when I auto bash them and I've got like 2600 bleeding randomly. So It's pretty brutal. I am not a fan of all the stupid bleeding that all the new mobs give all the time. They're all Broondocks, and it's really annoying. You can. That is my feedback on some of the new areas.
Boo hoo.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
I guess
All
we're
right,
gonna
see
go
you
ahead
guys.
and end the stream now. Thank everybody for coming, and we will see you during the next weekend. Bye.
Thanks,
See you
everyone.
later.
Bye.